Now, you talked there of straight talking, and you've been running the Institute of Ideas, now called the Academy of Ideas for the past 20 years. And you're known for being straight talking. So I'm going to ask you some questions about what you said in the past, or we're told you've said in the past. Did you ever say that Gary Glitter was right to download child porn, or have the right to do it, or was it his right to do it, or was that an urban myth?
Well, it's a myth that it was quoted in The Guardian in a hit piece that also quoted previous Guardian hit pieces, so it's obviously reliable. But it is true that on a Radio 5 phone-in approximately 24 years ago, so I can't remember, I was asked to debate internet censorship and internet freedom, and I am a great supporter of free speech and was arguing against any kind of restrictions on the internet. And when I was on air, the story of, I think Gary Glitter was sent to jail, and they said, even with Gary Glitter, and I think I said, look, you can't use the issue of child pornography and Gary Glitter to batten me into backing off the fact that I am for free speech. I'm worried about restrictions on the internet. Hence, myth born.
But do you still agree, though, that there should be no censorship of the internet? And that includes child porn?
Yes. Well...
So that's a hard thing to say.
I want to clarify. This is not about defending child porn, right? This is about fighting censorship and fighting for free speech. And I actually don't think we should ban jihadi videos. So that's another one that's not in The Guardian, which they can write about now. Because I don't think that is what causes the issue of, for example, Islamicist violence. I think we have to confront these things beyond banning them. Now, on child pornography, it is illegal, it is vile. I am absolutely not a defender of Gary Glitter. But when you're trying to have an argument for free speech, people will use the low-hanging fruit and try and get you.
But you must surely ban child porn videos, because by not banning them, they can be made, and that encourages the market.
Exactly, and I think I made that point.
So you now think they should be banned?
No. I think that child porn videos themselves are illegal, but actually most child porn is not child porn because it's simulated. I don't want to go into the details of that, but what I'm trying to say is, and I'm really not defensive about this, which is that it's important to not constantly be threatened and terrorised into backing off from a free speech position because vile people use that speech to and abuse that speech to say or do horrible things.
And jihadi videos, though, they're being banned because they're part of propaganda tools. You think that's okay to keep broadcasting those?
My view is that we have a crisis that young, particularly Western-reared and educated young people are joining things like ISIS. And if we think the solution is simply to ban the videos, we're abdicating responsibility for a much deeper problem.
And doesn't really deal with it at all.
Doesn't deal with it at all. And if you look at the levels of censoriousness on the internet at the moment, then I'm actually fearful about a free society. And I think that's at stake. And I wrote a book about it, and everybody should read it. I find that offensive.
That's the book.
And rather than I'm saying, I find that offensive. And therefore, if you read it, you'll kind of see where I stand.
But these questions will come back to you, because what happens when you get into politics?
That's fine.
And you're ready for them?
But I'm in politics. I've been in politics for a long time. I've just not stood for a political position. And I don't at all mind. I mean, I think that it's rather sad that political journalists, and I'm not having a go at you.
No, you can if you like.
No, but are spending their time trawling through. One of them yesterday was trawling through everything I've ever written for the Times educational supplement and pulling out quotes out of context. I wouldn't have written those things if I didn't believe them. I stand by them all. On the particular one that you asked me on, it really was a momentary passing discussion on a bigger issue of internet censorship.
But just to be quite clear, you don't think jihadi videos should be banned, but you do think child pornography should be banned on the internet?
I think child pornography itself is illegal, and therefore it wouldn't exist.
But the videos...
I do not want to give the state and the authorities the right to ban things on the internet. No ifs.
It's hard, that, of being a politician nowadays.
There you go.